So if you're a creator, or honestly, even if you just watch a lot of content online, you've probably felt it, right? Things are shifting. By 2026, the entire rulebook for what makes you successful on a platform like YouTube is being completely rewritten. Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down. Your guide to this brand new ecosystem. All right, let's just rip the Band-Aid off right away, because this is the absolute core of the change. The old way of doing things, the super polished, spray and pray, clickbait style content, it's not just getting old, it's actively failing. The internet is just drowning in what some people are calling synthetic fluff, and let's be real, viewers can spot it from a mile away. So, what's replaced all those old metrics? Well, it's this one thing: viewer satisfaction. The algorithm has gotten so much smarter, it's not just about how long someone watches or how many views you get anymore. The new North Star, the thing that matters most, is whether a viewer actually found your content valuable, if it was truly worth their time. Okay, so here's our game plan for breaking this all down. We're going to walk through 5 key pillars. First, we'll dig into the satisfaction shift itself, and then we'll cover the 4 big strategies you need to win: building your micro niche, your discovery funnel, the massive power of authenticity, and then the community loop that ties this whole thing together. Okay, first up, the 2026 satisfaction shift. This is the big one. It's the fundamental change in how platforms even measure what success is. It's all about moving away from simple metrics that are easy to game and towards something way, way more meaningful. All right, let's actually put a name to this thing: viewer satisfaction, or VSAT for short. The algorithm is now looking at things like those little surveys after a video and something called session continuity, which is a fancy way of asking, did your video lead to a longer, happier session on the platform? This is the new #1 ranking factor. But, why the big change? What's actually driving this? Well, a few things. First, platforms are fighting a tidal wave of low-effort AI content. Second, viewers are getting incredibly sharp. Super polished content just feels like an ad now. Third, think about how we watch stuff. More and more, we're on big screen TVs where we want to settle in for something good. And finally, the algorithm is smart enough now to reward what's called information gain. Basically, content that gives you unique human insights you can't get from a machine. Okay, so if that's the problem, how in the world do you compete? Well, that brings us to our first strategy: building your micro niche moat. In this new landscape, being super specific isn't a limitation, it's your best defense. Think of a micro niche moat as, well, it's your defense system. It's about making a conscious choice not to be for everybody. Instead, you pour all your energy into solving one very specific problem for one very specific type of person. When you do that, you create a space where you are the absolute, undisputed expert. And this quote, man, it just nails the mindset shift here. It's not about getting the most eyeballs. It's about getting the right eyeballs. You're not making content for the masses anymore. You're crafting it for the masters in your field. All right, so you've got your niche. Now what? How do you actually connect with that audience and bring them in? That's where the hybrid discovery funnel comes into play. And this system, it's actually really slick. Let's walk through the steps. Step 1, you've got the hook. You use shorts like little discovery trailers, quick 60-second aha moments. And that leads you to step 2, the deep dive. This is your longer 7 to 15-minute video where you really build authority and deliver the goods. And finally, step 3 is all about giving the viewer control. You use chapter timestamps, so your whole channel becomes like a searchable library. It's the ultimate sign of respect for their time. You see what's happening here, right? The whole system is designed to be proactive. You're creating an ecosystem that has the answer ready before your viewer even knows they have the question. It's totally seamless. And this all feeds perfectly into our third and maybe most critical pillar: winning with authenticity. Because in a world that's about to be flooded with AI-generated perfection, being human isn't a bug, it's your superpower. And there's a great term for this: authenticity arbitrage. It's basically the strategic advantage you get just by being real. By 2026, things like raw, human-tested data and total transparency, that's the only currency that's not going to lose its value. Trust is the whole game. This chart just lays it out so clearly, right? On one side, you have the old way: the high-gloss production, the AI-perfected script, the polished sales pitch. But the 2026 way, it's all about human-verified data, fail-forward reports showing what went wrong, and field reports from the actual front lines. It's about proof, not polish. And look, this isn't just some fluffy, feel-good idea. The numbers back it up. The data shows that channels that really lean into this raw, authentic style see community engagement rates 4 times higher than the industry average. 4 times. That human connection directly translates into real engagement. Okay, so we've got the niche, the funnel, the authenticity, but how do you make it all work together, like a well-oiled machine, without burning out? That's our final pillar, the community intelligence loop. This is how you create your content flywheel. So here's how this flywheel gets spinning, and it's honestly kind of beautiful. You start by asking your audience directly, using polls in the community tab. They vote and tell you exactly what their biggest problems are. Then you just go and build the exact thing they asked for. That guarantees high satisfaction, which tells the algorithm to go find more people just like them. It's a perfect self-reinforcing loop where your viewers basically become shareholders in your channel. And this right here, this quote is the mantra for the whole system. It's the big move away from just broadcasting at an audience and toward having a real two-way conversation. You stop guessing and you start serving. So when you put it all together, this is the big takeaway. In 2026, you're not just a content creator anymore. You're an ecosystem builder. You're creating this whole network of interactive assets, the shorts, the deep dives, the community polls, all working together to serve your specific audience better than anyone else. And all of this leaves us with a really important question, a question for you to think about. As we head into this new era, the biggest opportunities are going to go to the people who can answer this. In a world of infinite AI-generated noise, what unique, human-verified problem will you make it your mission to solve?